Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Starflames. In this video, we're going to talk about Wendy Williams' attorney filing an emergency hearing. Now, you guys know what has been going on, but if not, let me catch you all up to speed. Wendy Williams is currently living in a assisted facility. In this facility, she's on the 5th floor. On the 5th floor, you cannot even go to the elevator. Somebody really has to literally grant her access. It is locked from the 5th floor, right? So it's like they're saying, you know what? You have been abandoned. And Wendy's family, they cannot go to visit her as they please. They have to ask Sabrina, and Sabrina may say yes or no. No, this guardianship, it is very strange and it is highly questionable because none of Wendy's family members are involved. And as you guys can see, her family, they are highly educated. And as such, there's absolutely no reason for her family not to be involved in the guardianship, provided since according to what they're saying, it is such a good thing. It is what is best for Wendy because her son was exploiting her. However, at this point, there's some people exploiting Wendy, and it's definitely not the person that she gave birth to, because how is it that, Wells Fargo had a huge problem with the individual that she birthed spending her money, but Wells Fargo doesn't have a problem with Sabrina Morrissey spending Wendy's money as she pleases? Wendy is being charged thousands of dollars monthly to stay at this, what she calls a luxury prison. And now this corrupt judge, Lisa Sokoloff, that is involved, she's the judge presiding over Wendy's guardianship. She's telling Wendy that you're speaking too much to the public, you're talking too much to the media, you're creating chaos for your guardian. And as such, I'm going to put you in a more stricter facility. But if Wendy is currently at a facility where she only stays in her room, she has been out twice for the dentist, and she had to call the police in order to, because that was her little trick that she cooked up with her niece, Alex Finney, very intelligent girl. So her niece was on the phone. They orchestrated the entire thing, she really wasn't feeling well as well because Wendy has thyroid disease, Graves' disease to be specific. And as you guys know, when you have Graves' disease, it can come with a lot of side effects and different complications. So Wendy said she was not feeling well. She asked the police to escort her to the hospital. While she was at the hospital, Sabrina Morrissey, was at the side and she was not saying anything. She didn't ask any question. And that is because she has no care or concern for Wendy Williams. She was there, and she was silent because according to what this advocate on Wendy case is saying, Sabrina is keeping silent because she doesn't want anyone to implicate her or use her own words against her. So as such, while she was there at the hospital, she remained silent. So you know that Wendy is not in a good place because how is it that your guardian is not talking to you? Your guardian should be like your mom, talk to you, check up on you. Are you fine? How are you feeling? That is what a guardian is. This guardian should be making Wendy's life better, but she's being counterproductive. She's making Wendy's life a literal hell. And Wendy's saying, I'm going to give them hell because they're making my life a living hell. And as such, it has led to the point where her attorney has now filed for an emergency petition to have her move to a less restrictive alternative housing. So let's get into this report. Now, this report is saying Wendy Williams' attorney is filing an emergency petition today to remove her from her senior living facility in New York after she passed a mental evaluation on Monday with flying colors. Wendy is just 60 years old and they're treating this woman as though she is in her 80s, and that is extremely unfair. We know Wendy loves to live a good life and she loves to dress up and she love to show a little skin. That's her personality. They just want to keep this woman isolated and then sneak medication in her food until she eventually becomes a dummy. This is what I believe they're currently doing to her. Now, the report further states that Wendy has repeatedly railed against a senior living facility she is staying in, calling it a luxury prison. The iconic TV host has specifically slammed the memory unit she is housed in, which is a locked floor, and has said she is not allowed to leave. They attempted to discharge her Monday night back to the senior facility, but Wendy and her lawyer objected. Wendy's team told the hospital that their client has fundamental human rights to refuse to be discharged to an unsafe environment, according to the source. Wendy, her guardian attorney, and her guardian Sabrina Marissi were all at the hospital Monday night, and it was a showdown over what would happen to the star next. The guardian wanted her to be returned to the senior living facility on the locked floor, but Wendy and her attorney told the hospital she didn't want that and doesn't believe it is safe, so the hospital kept her overnight while her attorney tries to get an alternative plan approved. Now, the report further states, meanwhile, the insider also alleged that Wendy's guardian, who recently insisted that the star doesn't know she has dementia, tried to interfere with her mental evaluation, and that is very telling. Calling the scene with Sabrina crazy, it is unclear exactly how Wendy's guardian allegedly tried to interfere with the exam. As the USN previously revealed, Wendy was hospitalized on Monday following the opening of an Adult Protective Services investigation into her case last week. The source alleged that Wendy's civil rights and liberty are being denied and accused the guardian of arrangement of facilitating elder abuse. That is true. Wendy is being abused. And there's one key ingredient that we could use in all of this to identify how abused Wendy is. And that is because when her niece went to the assisted living facility yesterday, they were escorted to the elevator downstairs. The lady who assisted them opened the car door for Wendy to get in. However, irrespective of the fact that Wendy was allowed to leave, her guardian basically filed a police report for Wendy's niece to be arrested, saying that Wendy did not get any permission to leave. And Alex Spinney is saying it's a lie because someone has to let me in, which is something anyone with a functioning brain would realize, that someone had to let her in and let them on the elevator and through the gate. So Alex Finney is saying it is very telling, and this is demonstratively showing that what the Guardian has said about Wendy having freedom, it's not true. So the plot thickens, and I believe at this point what really needs to happen for Wendy to be free, I believe that it's going to demand a public protest, like people physically going out into the streets and demanding that Wendy be released from this prison that she's in. Now, the Sun is further saying the source alleged that Wendy's civil rights and liberty are being denied and accused the Guardian arrangement of facilitating elder abuse. On Tuesday morning, Wendy appeared on The Breakfast Club with care advocate Gina Monterosso, who told the show that she was the one who opened an Adult Protective Service case for the star last week. So the advocate is the one who submitted the request for an investigation. Wendy gave her interview to the New York City radio show from inside the local hospital on Tuesday morning. And that was also one reason why Wendy did not want to go back to the facility, because she knew that the possibility had existed where they would take away her phone. Now, according to Gina and Wendy demanded to see an independent doctor outside of the facility for evaluation yesterday on the heels of the APS case, and the NYPD called the ambulance to transport her to a local hospital for the evaluation. Gina claimed that before Wendy was transported, the facility tried to get the star to stay inside, and that, you guys can remember, We did a video on that. I played the clip. They were saying like, oh, we have doctors here. And Wendy was saying no. And her niece was on the line, encouraging Wendy, because do you know how sometimes you will know what to do, but when you don't have that support, because it's a team of people against Wendy Williams, but her niece being on the other end of the line gave Wendy the strength and the determination that she needed to say, no, yes, there's a doctor here, but I want to go to the hospital. And they definitely made that happen. So I'm going to keep you guys up to date as to when this emergency hearing happens and what went down. But for now, we need to keep, posting hashtag Wendy. Every little thing that we can do, we need to do to ensure that Wendy gets out of the claws of Sabrina Marissi and Miss Sickloff. I'm not even going to call her by her right name because they're all highly corrupt. These people are working for the industry, and you can literally tell, because why is it that they're so adamant on holding on to this woman? It's really questionable. And it is very sketchy. But it's your time to chime in, guys. What's your take? While you're at it, thumbs up, share, stay safe, and see you guys in the comment section. Peace.